I would have made a lot more money a lot sooner if I had figured this out earlier. I'm sharing one of my Poshmark selling tips with kind of 6 sub tips so that you can make more money on Poshmark. I'm Rebecca the Reseller, and I am a 6-figure reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and now Tradesy, and more. I can't tell you how I wish I had figured this out sooner. It would have made me so much more money on Poshmark so much earlier. And this tip doesn't really just apply to Poshmark. It applies to Mercari, it applies to eBay, Tradesy, wherever you're selling online and you're looking to make more money as a reseller. This tip with the 6 sub tips is going to help because it's kind of like a philosophy. And it works whether or not you've been a reseller for a long time or even if you're brand new to reselling. So the tip is this. If you want to make more $50 sales, you need to source more $50 items. Wait. If you want to make more $100 sales, you need to source more $100 items. And for those that may be newer and are just hoping to get a $25 sale, if you source more $25 items, you'll make more $25 sales. Now, before you click away, like I'm going to explain, there's actual tips here. I posted about this on Instagram a while back, and then just recently I was kind of scrolling through and I reflected on it a little bit more because things have really changed for me over the last year to 2 years. I kind of came into my own as a reseller, I would say here in years 5 and 6 of reselling. And by the way, if you are not following me on Instagram, go ahead and give me a follow for lots of Poshmark selling tips, reselling tips, and reseller fun. I'm at Rebecca the Reseller. But I made this post and I kind of talked about the same things that we're going to talk about here, which is that if you want to make more $50 sales, you need to source more $50 items. And I only kind of realized this in the last year or two. I used to fill my Poshmark closet with not $50 items, and I'll tell you what I used to do in a second. But now I'm focusing on filling my Poshmark closet, Mercari store, and eBay shop with $50 items that I can list for $50 so that I can end up with a $50 sale if they buy it outright, or maybe some $40 sales or $35 sales because of offers and discounts. And it has really dramatically affected the money that I'm making in my business because I'm doing the same work, whether it's a $15 item or a $50 item, right? You still have to take photos of it. You still have to put your inventory sticker on it. You still need to store it. You still need to list it. All of those things are the same. So I'm going to talk about what I used to do and then kind of how I changed it and my 6 tips. So what I used to do is fill my store with like $15 items, Chico's tops, and $25 items, Banana Republic dress, and profit is profit, right? I used to say that all the time until I really realized that I wanted to make more money, but I couldn't do more work. I was a mom I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have this business. My little guy wasn't in school at the time. Now he is. And so for me, I only had limited time. I could only buy so many items when I went to the thrift store. I could only list so many items. I could only photograph so many items. I could only store so many items. And so I'm like, how am I ever, there's only so much math you can do to, you see resellers on YouTube say like, well, if you want to make this, then you need to take your sell through and you need to do this, and you can do all the math. But if you can't actually do that work, the math doesn't really matter. And so it was at that point that I realized I need to do better items so that I can make better sales. And so I really just started to focus on finding better items. And so we're going to talk about, how you can do that too. So this tip, this philosophy, and these 6 sub tips I'm going to talk about right now, it's like walk the walk kind of stuff. Like you can't say you want to make $50 sales, but then keep continuing to do the same things that fill your store or your Poshmark closet with $15 items. So here are 6 tips that I started changing that really helped me focus on better items to make more money on Poshmark. So the first thing is leave items behind that don't meet your criteria, i.e. make a no-low list. And I've posted on this on Instagram as well. I've talked about it previously. I decided I was no longer going to pick up certain things. No more t-shirts. No more tank tops unless it was a super high-end brand that would warrant $50 price tag. No more Liz Claiborne, no more Coldwater Creek, no more Chico's, no more Old Navy, things like that. Those were part of my NOLO list. You can make up your own NOLO list to decide what are the things that get you every time. Do you pick up Target brands even though you know you might not sell them for that much? Or you know it will sell, but you know it's not going to sell for that much. And you're thinking profit is profit, but that all of that work is preventing you from picking up the higher value item. So it's about kind of changing your perception. You might actually leave money on the table or at the thrift store, but you're focusing your time and money and effort on filling your store with the higher value items. And over time, as your store starts to change over where you have more $50 items than you do $15 items, you're gonna make more $50 sales. So it does take a little bit of a transition period, but it's totally doable. Now, some of the next ones will go pretty quick. So focus on items that have more of an inherent value, like a cashmere sweater, a silk dress, a 100% genuine leather jacket. Next one is focus on item types that can yield you a higher resale value. So think Eileen Fisher, not Chico's. Still mature brands, still kind of cover and talk to the same woman, but Eileen Fisher is going to be more expensive than your Chico's, and you can sell it for a more higher dollar amount. I don't have words today. Focus on fabric type that is more highly sought after. So think cashmere sweater, not acrylic sweater, or merino wool, not wool. Stop taking chances on items and buy items that are more of a sure thing based on your prior solds. So I've talked about in a lot of my closet reviews, like let your solds guide you. What works for you will continue to work for you. What sells will sell. And so stop spending a good portion of your sourcing money and sourcing time and listing time and all of that on items that you're taking a chance on. This might sell. Someone's definitely gonna want this. I think this is in style. If those are the kinds of words that you're using when you pick up an item, you should put it back immediately. That's not the kind of item you want to be buying. You don't want to take chances. Businesses don't take chances. Businesses do things that are going to make money. So if you, let's say, sell a lot of good American jeans, then you want to keep selling more good American jeans. Because I know I like selling good American jeans. If I come across it, there's not even a thought I'm going to pick it up because I could sell it for $60. No problem. For me, if I came across a pair of leggings, they were high rise, they were black, they had the mesh, they had the pocket for your cell phone, like all the bells and whistles, right? But I didn't know the brand, I'm not going to take a chance on it. But if I saw Spanx in size large that were faux leather, fabric, yes, I am buying that 100% of the time because I have a track record in selling those for $50 every time. And so I'm going to definitely do that again. So I think it's more just shifting what you're thinking about when you're buying and foregoing the things that have steered you wrong in the past or don't have a proven track record, and focus on the things that can yield more money, that are more of a sure thing, that make the most of your sourcing money and time. So I want you to be making more money. I don't want you to be stuck in that reseller grind like I was, because I'm definitely better for it now that I'm focusing on sourcing $50 items so I can make more $50 sales. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you will watch the next video that comes up. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!